Hey guys, OG Albina here, bringing you guys my APA Season 6 Week 3 Team Builder against Patty Drills and his Sin City Scizors. I'm sure you know who Patty is if you're watching my stuff, but if for some reason you don't, be sure to go check him out in the description below. But yeah, let's jump right into matchup. Now, if this is your first Team Builder you're catching, I do like to do these just a day before the battle, just to kind of give you an insight into what I'm bringing, what my opponent can potentially bring, and how I'm going to counteract that and all that good stuff. But yeah, our team, if you did forget, consists of Keldeo, Necrozma, Darmanitan, Sylveon, Delmise, Rhyperior, Voltund, Golisopod, Kling, Skuntank, and Gigantamax Duraludon. While my opponent's team, as you can see on the screen right below right there, consists of the Gothitelle, Hydreigon, Togekiss, Heliolisk, Inteleon, Roserade, Centiskorch, Girder, Rhydon, and G-Max Copperajah. Now keep in mind with these G-Max Pokemon, they are restricted to hold only a Pokeball, no items, so we don't have to go up against like Assault Vest or Sheer Force Life Orb or anything like that, which is obviously nice, but still a very scary Pokemon nonetheless. Looking at Patty's team, biggest threats to my team, I would honestly say one is going to be that G-Max Copperajah. I don't have switch-ins to it. Just its coverage is insane versus my team, especially if he brings Trick Room, which I actually did face in a mock. Shout out to Bash for giving me one. Kind of handed it to me there. Really make me realize that Trick Room Copperajah is a very, very, very big problem versus us. But we should be able to get past it. It's not the biggest deal. Oh my gosh, there's another Pokemon there too. There is a Dusknoir. Hold on. Let's see if I can like super fast get a Dusknoir on the screen. Desktop. Oh no. Boom. Where are H sprites? Please tell me there's a Dusknoir one. Dope. Boom. Live editing. And this one will be a GIF because I didn't do it in Photoshop. Let's just throw it right down here. And maybe a little bit smaller. So he does have a Dusknoir as well, which I should mention because it did come in a mock versus me just to actually get up the Trick Room. So that thing can actually be a pretty big annoyance for my team as well. Hydra is pretty scary. We do have a Sylveon, but the biggest problem with Sylveon in this game is that it is so pressured to do so much in this matchup. We need it for Hydra, we also need it for Heliolisk, and we need it for Inteleon. Those three special attackers can potentially really overwhelm our team and do so well versus us, minus our Sylveon. So we're going to have to be careful about those because that's going to be our main check to him. There we go. That's going to be our main check to them in this matchup. So if Sylveon just takes too much pressure and gets, knocked out pretty early, that's going to be bad. So we're going to have to use our offensive threats in order to take on our opponent as well to potentially beat him down that way. But yeah, with that being said, I do want to jump into our first Pokemon, which is on the screen. You can see right there. It's going to be our Keldeo. We're rocking out with a Shed Shell. Justified ability, obviously. Scald, Secret Sword, Air Slash, and Calm Mind. This Pokemon does really well in this game. It's a decent Hydra check. It is a just a really good breaker. His team doesn't appreciate switching into this thing at all. It's a good way of revenging the Centiskorch. If it gets a bunch of coils up, it could be very annoying that way. And then Scald, Secret Sword, Air Slash hits his team incredibly hard. Hits the Copperajah decently. It hits the Rhydon. It hits legit everything because Air Slash is for Roserade plus Girder as well. Really solid mon this matchup. The only issue is that Gothitelle, which we are running the Shed Shell for. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 164 HP, 164 special attack, and 180 speed with a Timid Nature. What this allows us to do, allows us to outspeed a max speed Hydreigon by 1 point. We can 2-hit KO max HP Gothitelle at +1 with Scald if we do get up a Calm Mind, and then we threw the rest of the HP just to be a general check too. A lot of annoying things on his team. We can take a hit from pretty much any one thing on his build. Again, the issue is just going to be that Roserade, but other than that, his team doesn't appreciate switching in and taking the damage, and Roserade isn't the biggest deal for my team to, break down and kind of deal from there. So yeah, that's going to be Keldeo this week. Pretty solid, if I do say so myself. Next one we have right here is going to be our Skuntank. We're rocking out with the Black Sludge Aftermath ability, Crunch, Poison Jab, Taunt, and Defog. EVs wise, we are rocking out with, as I pop them up on the screen, we are rocking out with 4 HP, 92 attack, 12 defense, 172 special defense, and 228 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now this is going to be our main defense against a Calm Mind Gothitelle. If Gothitelle traps something in, which is going to be really annoying and start setting up some Calm Minds, my team doesn't deal with it very well actually. So I figured having a Skuntank, which is like just a hard stop to any real Gothitelle set, honestly, is really important for my team. This also gives me a defogger, which is really important. Taunt is to shut down said Gothitelle if it really starts boosting up and getting annoying. It doesn't really get any coverage to really hit us, which is obviously super, super nice. And then Poison Jab is just our other stab. We can hit the Togekiss as well. If Goth doesn't come, this is probably our main Togekiss pivot, which is really, really cool. EVs wise, what they are for, we have enough attack to 2-hit KO max HP Togekiss after its leftovers with our Poison Jab. We have enough speed for said Togekiss, so if it's not Scarf, we will outspeed it. 4 HP and 12 defense allows us to not get 2-hit KO'd by no attack Fire Lash from the Scorch, and then we just do the rest in Spadef to take hits on from that Togekiss better, take hits from the Gothitelle potentially better. Even Hydreigon, this can be a backup check to it. If it gets chipped down, we can put it in range of a couple Poison Jabs. It's obviously super nice for us, so we can nab some poisons, and just be a general annoyance to my opponent's team. This is also a good sack versus the Cobra Jaw, clicking like Iron Head or Heavy Slam or something like that, so it takes that aftermath damage. So yeah, that's going to be Scizor Tank this week. Next up, boom. Next up, we are rocking out with Sylveon, also holding the Shed Shell, Pixelate ability, Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire, Wish, and Protect. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 244 HP, 44 defense, 20 special attack, 140 Spadef, and 60 speed with a modest nature. Now, this Pokemon, like I said, has a lot of pressure on this game. A lot of pressure. This is our main Hydreigon check. This is going to be our main check to the Heliolisk. This is going to be our main check to the Inteleon. So really has a lot of pressure on it, unfortunately. But EVs wise, we're not 2-hit KO'd after Rocks by Specs Heliolisk, which is really, really big, because I do think Specs will come versus me just because of the fact that my ground type gets beaten 1v1, or maybe even Life Orb will come. Because my ground type gets beaten 1v1 by Heliolisk, obviously, with Grass Knot and Surf, which can be very scary. That's why I'm super terrified of that thing. We have enough special attack to 2-hit KO offensive Rosary with Mystical Fire. We have speed for no speed Gothitelle, and then a little bit more, and then we threw the rest into defense just to take those defensive hits a little bit better. But this thing's mainly here to be an annoying Spadef wall to check the Hydra, check the Heliolisk, and the Inteleon the best. So yeah, that's going to be the Sylveon. Oops. And next up, we have our Necrozma rocking out with a Colbert Berry, Prism Armor ability, Dragon Dance, Photon Geyser, and Earthquake, and X-Scissor. Oops. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 100 HP, 180 attack, 4 defense, 4 Spadef, and 220 speed with an Adamant nature. This is going to serve as our main win con once again. I think Dragon Dance Necrozma is phenomenal in this matchup. We have coverage for literally everything on the build. EVs wise, we have enough speed for Inteleon at +1, so if we get it to +1, as long as it's not Scarf, which I don't expect it to be in this matchup, as long as it's not Scarf, we will outspeed that +1. We have enough attack to kill Girder after Rocks if it's max HP, and then we threw the rest into HP. We're rocking out with the Colbert Berry just for that Hydreigon. If it's like Scarf, we don't want to outspeed us. We take like nothing from a Dark Pulse at that point, and +1 X-Scissor does a ton. So if you get some sufficient chip on some things, this Pokemon does really well. It doesn't die in one hit to anything. The main goal is going to be chipping that Gothitelle into range if it does end up coming, just because of the fact that it's probably the best check to this thing. If it's like an unknown rest set or something like that, it can potentially Toxic us, and potentially like charm us down or something like that. So we do have to be careful with the Gothitelle, make sure it's in range. It needs like a couple rock switch-ins, or like I think it's 3 rock switch-ins to guarantee die to +1 X-Scissor from our Necro. So that's gonna be the main thing. If he's just max HP, he actually dies after rocks to it. So that's obviously super, super nice for us. Let's go back. And then next up, we have our Darmanitan, rocking out with the Expert Belt, Sheer Force ability, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. EVs, we are rocking out with, what is the speed? 220 speed, 36 defense, and 252 attack with a Jolly nature. Now, this Pokemon is a very simple AV spread. Our speed is going to be for Roserade. We have max attack, because actually max attack E-Belt guarantees the Oko on max HP Gigantamax Copper Jaw. So even if he's Gigantamax, we will knock that thing out. We'll pretty much die to recoil immediately, but I think that's a completely fair trade. I will 100% take that. Scarf actually does not knock it out from full, so Expert Belt really is nice for that. And I didn't see the need for Scarf in this matchup. I think it's okay, but I had trouble locking into one move in particular, and this thing is such a good wall breaker versus my opponent. If Rhydon doesn't come, this thing comes in and it claims to kill it. 2KOs everything and Okos most things. It's stupid, super good. And with the Expert Belt, I can actually bluff a Choice Scarf, which is also really, really cool. We do a ton to Gothita with U-Turn and Flare Blitz. Same thing with Hydreigon. The Rock Slide is there just for the Central Scorch, so that thing can't be annoying. If it comes in on a Flare Blitz, thinks we're Scarfed, and, gets the Flash Fire boost, then we could just knock it out immediately with a Rock Slide, which is obviously super, super clean. I really do like Darmanitan this week. I think it's pretty solid. It's a great breaker, and it puts a lot of pressure on my opponent, to take us on. But yeah, that's going to be Darm. Then lastly, we have our Gigantamax Duraludon holding the Beast Ball Heavy Metal ability, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, Stealth Rock, and Dark Pulse. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 60 HP for defense, 188 special attack, 36 speed def, and 220 speed with a timid nature. Now, what the EVs do on this guy are going to be, it allows us to outspeed Togekiss guaranteed. Our HP plus speed def allows us to lift a Life Orb Draco Meteor from the Hydreigon if we are at full, which is very, very nice, and Gigantamax, obviously. So that's really, really cool for us. Actually, it's after Rocks, which is even better. Woo! And then we threw the rest into special attack. This one's really annoying for him. It gives us a good rocker. He doesn't appreciate switching into it at all. Actually, his best switch in is probably his own Copper Jaw. But if we can throw off a couple Max Darknesses and chip that thing down and potentially even beat it 1v1 if it has a little bit of chip on it, that's an amazing trade for us. Like I said, Copper is probably the best, biggest threat to my team right now. It puts in so much work versus me and chips down so much. If I can get some just damage on that thing, that's obviously really, really nice for us. So yeah, that's going to be the squad that we're rocking out with for week 3. I think it has the potential to do really, really well versus Patty. I really like the build that we have right now. He has some scary things, though. Like I said, Trick Room is a bit of a problem. We have to play phenomenally just pivoting around. I tried to change his team up after I played said mock and lost 1-0 because of the Trick Room bring on Bash's end, but there wasn't much I could do, honestly, other than taunt Scun Tank really stopping the great 2 Trick Room setters, but if it gets in on anything else, they can pretty safely set up a Trick Room. But other than that, I think we're good. We have sufficient prep for Gothitelle, in my opinion, just because we have the Scun Tank. We're going to have to be careful with our Scun Tank. The biggest thing I'm worried about is Trick Room, and then it's also Sylveon getting overwhelmed, so we're going to have to be conscious about that stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like. If you're new here, please subscribe just so you can get to the game as it goes up tomorrow, and it'll drop right in your sub boxes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again. I will see you guys with the battle tomorrow. Later.